Beekeeping Museum of Professor Jovan Zivanovic. The story about beekeeping in this family started with him in 1875. But before that, he had disease tuberculosis, TB, and he was 26 in that moment. He was very young. And tuberculosis was deadly disease in that time in 19th century. And because of that, doctor said to him that he had only 2 years left. And then he went to the nature on fresh air, and there he became friends with some beekeepers. And because his father and grandfather had these fruit yards, because bees is very important for the fruits, he also decided to become a beekeeper. And for that time, for 19th century, it was characterized this primitive beehive. These two here and these two there is the same. This is primitive, but also non-humane beehives, because they killed bees when they wanted to take honey from here. Yeah, it was only way, unfortunately, and they killed them with gases. Yeah, but Professor Zivanovic didn't like this way, and he had some connection with people from Europe, like Baron Berlach from Germany, Major Hrushka from Czech Republic, and also from America, it was Lorenzo Langstroth, and these people taught him about modern humane beekeeping. And because of them, he brought from Europe this frame with bee wax, and this going here makes honey here, and then they shaking these, bees goes away, they didn't kill bees anymore, it's very important. And this frame with honey goes into this centrifugal machine. This is turning around here. In that time with hand, and today it is some electronics to turning around this, and then they take honey from here. And it was system then, and today it's the same system, it's not changed too much. And because of these frames, Professor made this modern beehive. I will show you. Thank you. This is first modern beehive in Serbia, and people call this Zivanovic because of his last name, his surname. And this is the system here. This roof put it up, it's frames inside. Bees could enter from here, made honey on these frames, and then they take from the beehive, shaking, this goes away, and then they put this in the machine to take honey. And because of these bees products like honey, propolis, royal jelly, and also because of these bee stings, because when they sting us, they put their poison in our blood, and it's very healthy for people who don't allergic, of course. And in his case, it was very good because he was cured on the end, and he lived 75.
Can I ask you,
yeah.
What is it about the propolis that is so good?
This is also bees product. Bees made this, and with the propolis they made some layers around the beehives, and with these layers they protect beehives from viruses and bacteria.
Right. Yeah.
It's also very healthy for us.
It's very good to eat, isn't it?
Yes, but you have propolis drops in the pharmacies. Maybe you've heard about that. Yes, yes. And we have here honey with propolis, pollen, and royal jelly.
So can we buy the propolis honey from you?
Propolis honey, yeah. Just propolis we don't sell.
Right, but the propolis
but
honey.
propolis honey it's very good also for the immunity
I know.
It's very, very good also for them. Yeah. Okay, you can see his family photo there. I will show you now. This is Professor here, his wife Jelena, and their 15 children. They have 15 kids. Yes, with one wife. Yeah, it was very big family on the end. And he wanted to thanks to the bees because he said the bees saved his life, and he made this beehive. It is also beehive. This is actually a replica of Ravanica Monastery, Orthodox monastery from Fruška Gora, from the mountain. And this is the same system here. This roof putting up, frames putting down into the beehive, like there, and bees could enter from this door. Yeah. Yes, it was very interesting beehive. And he used this in that time. It was in the bee yard, but today it is just for our museum. And he was also professor on Theology University in Sremski Karlovci for the beekeeping department. And because of that, he bought these two maps you can see on the walls. I will show you now. He bought this in Vienna, thank you, for the students. And here we have 3 kinds of bees. This is the drone or male bee, and the drones are just for fertilization. They do nothing in the beehive, and before winter bees threw him out from the beehive, and drones lives only 5 to 6 weeks. After fertilization, they're dying. Yeah. In the middle, we have queen bee. It is the most important bee in the beehive. And queen bee can take about 2,000 eggs for 24 hours. Yeah. And queen bee lives about 5 to 6 years, much longer. And this is worker bee. It is thousands of worker bees in one beehive. And worker bees takes care about everything, about hygiene, about food for drones and queen bee. And worker bees also lives just 6 weeks in the season.
Slaves.
Yeah, but because just worker bees makes honey. Yeah. And in the winter they can live about 5 or 6 months. Yeah. Okay, and on this second map you can see the bee's anatomy. And the bee's anatomy is very similar like human anatomy, but the bees has 2 stomachs, one for the food like us and the other for the making honey. This separate organ. And this nectar, juices, everything they collected in the nature goes into this honey stomach and then I'm sorry. Makes honey there. Okay. I'm sorry.
Take a deep breath.
We can go here. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Okay. Professor also made this for the bees. This is for the water for the bees. Because bees needs water in the nature, but it has to be safe for them because of drowning. They take water from this hole here to this, and then bees going on that thing here, and then they can drink water and it was safe. He thought about everything, yeah. And after that, he also invented this transport car. And with this car, they could transport these modern beehives from one yard to another. And it was different flowers and different trees. And because of that, they had much more honey than in these primitive beehives, and also several different kinds of honey. And in this primitive, they had only one kind. Because of that, it was very important for the beekeepers. Today, it is on the tracks or buses. They moved in these things. But in that time, it was just this car with horses. And on this wall there, you can see some diplomas and awards for beekeeping for Zivanovic family. And today the most important award for beekeeping here in Serbia called Jovan Zivanovic, because he was really a father of modern beekeeping in our country. And this is his first book about beekeeping. It's called Serbian Beekeeper. It's from 1893, and today it is very important for the beekeepers here. And this is some parts of magazines for beekeeping from his time, and also some Serbian grammars, because he was professor in Karlovci High School for Serbian language. Yeah, because he was linguist actually. Yeah. Okay, and on these old photos here, you can see professor with this Ravanica beehive you saw in the first room. Thank you. And this is bee art from his time, from 19th century. And in that time he had about 400 beehives on Fruška Gora, on the mountain, about 5 or 6 kilometers from here. And today, on the same place, you can see on these new photos, we have about 200 beehives on fresh air, without traffic, pollution, pesticides, because it's very bad for them. And we don't have, sorry, we don't have these big problems with disease or pesticides like in some other countries for now. But we don't know what will be, because these pesticides on flowers and trees is the biggest problem for the bees. They are dying because of that. Yeah. But for now, we have here good natural honey, and you will taste this honey later on.
All right.
We'll check.
Okay.
A little bit of wine, a bit of honey. We can have more lunch.
And here in this room, in this third room, we have story about wine, because they were wine keepers also, but from 1770, before beekeeping. Professor's father and grandfather had these vineyards, and today this family also produce wines. And they had a lot of awards for wines, you can see here, especially for this local wine, Vermet. This is Vermet actually. This is the most popular wine in this region, and this is sweet dessert wine with 27 different spices, herbs, plants, and dried fruits. It's very aromatic wine, but also very strong wine with 16 or 17% of alcohol. Yeah, sweet but strong. And this red Vermet is the original one. And for this wine, people said it is wine from Titanic ship. Because they found some wine cards from this ship, and on this wine cards it was red diamond from Sremski Karlovci. Because of that, it's very special wine, and this one you can taste just after a meal with some light dessert or with some desserts like chocolate, cakes, honey. No with meat, it's very sweet for that. Yeah. Okay, and in this last room we have Professor's room, and this house is replica of his house, but this is his original stuff here, this furniture. For example, this is his work desk with stuff that he used, and this is his original bed. And this is small bed because in that time people were sleeping when they were sitting with a lot of pillows behind the back. They put pillows here, sit and sleep. Because they thought that this laying position, it was for dead people. And it was safe for them to be in this sitting position. Okay, and here you can see the daguerreotype. This is the first photo before today's standard photo. And it was bronze technique. It was a very specific way to protect this kind of photo. This is reproduction actually, this is photography. The oldest here from 1841, and it is Zivanovic, professor's father on this. Yeah. And for the end, I will show you here, this is example of the invoice or bill of the, for the export of Bermet wine, this local wine from Sremski Karlovci to New York, to the United States, and this is from 1934. They exported these local wines then, and today we don't export. Our wines you can taste or buy just in the winery. Not even in Serbia, in shops, markets, restaurants, just here. Well, we don't have quantity for that, and we have a lot of guests here, and we are interested in our guests. Just for that, we interested in quality, not quantity. Yeah, and we sell everything here, and we don't, no need for that. Yeah. Okay, now we can go outside, and you will taste our honey.